Hello and welcome back to another video. As you can see, I'm in a new unit. So I moved in here about a couple of weeks ago, I think. A couple things that I still need to finish up in here, but essentially it's pretty much finished. So, as the video suggests, I need a workbench for my motorcycle. I have had a look on Facebook Marketplace and places like that, and unfortunately everything is crazy expensive. It's about £500 for a brand new one. Obviously the hydraulic ones are going to be better, and I'm pretty sure we can probably build this under £100. So that's the challenge. I've got the wood already. I'm gonna put all the prices at the end of it on how much everything costs me. Let's get building. All right, so I've just got some, I think these are 2x3s. They were £4 each in Wicks's. So if you're in the UK, Wicks's is probably the place to go for these. They're quite cheap. These are 2.4 meters in length. Okay, so I've Googled the average length of a motorcycle is 7 foot, which is about 2.2 meters for a sports bike. And I think what I'm going to do is cut these at 2.2 meters, which is going to be a lot usable in the future. Now, average width of some of the hydraulic ones that I've seen, the hydraulic lifts, is about 480, which is about that much. Which, to be honest, is not too bad, but I just want to have a little bit more of a working platform, so I can actually, I've got the space here, so I can make it a little bit wider. So what I'm thinking is, if I was to make it like 550, which is 55 centimeters, and that width I think should be just enough. Right, so I'm cutting, I think I'm just going to do this whole length. So I think it's going to give me four pieces of wood, cutting at 470mm each. Measure twice, cut once.
Let me be clear, I'm not a carpenter, and woodworking is definitely not my strong point, which just goes to show that anyone can do this. All you need are some basic tools, a little bit of creativity, and willingness to embrace the fact that things may go wrong. Worst case scenario, you end up with a workbench that's uniquely yours, I guess.
All right, phase one complete. As you can see, the first frame is completed. It's looking pretty good now. I'm really happy with the way it came out. So it's nice and solid. I just need to now build one more of these, and then I'm thinking that the bottom one, I might just keep 3 of these in and then leave these out. I kind of just want like the platform strength for the bike on the top here. We'll see how that works. I might need to add more, but at the moment it's fine. I actually have got a 18mm OSB board here, which is going to act as my top. So I'm going to build one more of these, and then we're going to start figuring out the height and everything else. We're done. So I have got both of the frames finished now. I just need to now kind of create the height on where it's going to be sitting. I think this is probably the most crucial part of this entire build, because we don't want it too high and we don't want it too low. If it's too high, I can't get to the top of the bike, and if it's too low, then obviously it defeats the purpose of actually having a bike ramp. I think I worked it out. So I'm using my bench as a self-reference to where the height of the bench is going to be, and also the seat height of, for example, this FZS. So that is about 790mm from the floor up. And something like an R6 is, I believe, 850mm from the floor up, so 85 centimeters. So basically what I figured is I can get a nice cut of 580mm from the floor up, and to add to that, which is roughly 850. So if I stand up next to it, the seat height is going to be kind of like here by my chest. Now I'm 6'6", and that height I think is going to work for me. without needing to adjust at all. Did Google this, and it's between 16 and 24 inches, so whatever that is in centimeters. I'll put it up on the screen. So I think that's kind of the sort of happy medium range for a workbench for a motorcycle. This is something you might have to decide by yourself if you're ever going to be thinking about building something like this. Height is probably the most important part of this whole build.
So I've cut 8 lengths of timber, each precisely measured at 580 millimeters, and fixed them to the framework. Okay, maybe precisely is a strong word, but they'll do the job. After fixing the entire framework together, I really wanted to test it out. As you can see, it's pretty solid. I have this random bit of OSB laying around, probably wondering why it still exists, so I slapped it on the bottom. Now it's officially a landing spot for my bike ramp and a fancy storage solution. It's like killing 2 birds with 1 piece of leftover wood. After a little bit of struggling and some solid help from my girlfriend, I got the tabletop trimmed and fixed. Turns out 2 people are better than 1. Who knew?
Look at this. Look how good this looks already. It's super solid. It's not going anywhere. A couple more things I need to do to it. There's a wheel chock and some clips on the side for the ratchet strap so I can actually strap the bike when it's up there. However, I think it needs one more thing.
And here we are. It's all painted. So I've actually decided to give it a little bit of paint just to create some type of protection. The last thing that it needs is this, which is a wheel chock. It pivots around here, and when the wheel comes in, like so, pivots around and locks the whole bike in place. Additionally, I also have these little clips, which will go onto the sides all the way down. So when I need that little bit extra stability, I can use some ratchet straps over the bike and actually have some places to anchor it down.
First, I made sure that the wheel chock was positioned straight on the bench. I found these long screws worked perfectly for securing it, and once tightened, it felt very sturdy. I also added the D-ring hook to provide an anchor point for the ratchet straps. I used 4 of these, evenly spaced, which should be more than sufficient to keep everything secure. I would definitely recommend these hooks. They're only about £5 and you can find them on Amazon or eBay. Makes it really convenient to secure your bike.
Ladies and gentlemen, we are done. Super happy with the way it came out. As you can see, I've put my wheel from the FZS project that I'm going to be doing in the next video in there. It's super solid, and if it isn't, I've got my clips ready to go so I can hook a ratchet strap over it and keep everything nice and fixed. So did we stay within the budget? So in total, I've used 8 lengths of timber, sheets of OSB, a wheel chock, some clips and some screws. So I was able to get the timber a little bit cheaper. Reason being is because I've got trade discount in Wix's. You can get this yourself too. Now I'm not sponsored by Wix's, but just trying to help you out. So the grand total came to £98 with all the materials that I've used for this, not including the ramp, which I already had in the storage. So with that being said, thank you very much for watching this video. If you haven't already, please like and subscribe to this channel and leave a comment down below. It really helps me grow the channel. I've got some big plans in the future. And in the next video, we are working on the FZS project and finally putting the engine into the frame. And I'll see you in the next one.
Ah!